statement natin kasi nga parang naging kahit sa COMELEC namumroblema and they're under consultation sila sa mga poll watchdogs kung anong gagawin.
Kasi nandun yun sa batas nila, no? May nakapanayam ako na member ng parliament. Yung none of the above na choice daw, parang hindi na nila natingnan yun masyado. Oo, pero nasali dun sa batas. So, kaya nga, medyo nag-comment ako dun sa aking Facebook post because this is a new matter which is actually an interesting legal question. Because in a Republican democracy, we believe in plurality of votes. For example, even if 70,000 yung voters, kung 5 lang ang nagboto kay candidate A, tapos 4 doon sa candidate B, tapos 3 doon sa candidate C, maski 5 lang, ilan lang sila nagboto, panalo pa rin siya. Pero kung ang sitwasyon ngayon, kung ang none of the above, 10, tapos yung candidate A, 5, yung candidate B, 4, yung candidate C, 3, sinong mananalo ngayon na mas marami man ang boto ng none of the above? So that's an interesting legal question. That's a new matter in Philippine history. So maybe somebody can raise that to the Supreme Court. I think someone did already. Meron daw nag-file ng kaso kaninang umaga, no? At saka meron din, parang 2 ata ang nag-file kanina. Hindi ko lang masyado nakita dun sa TV. Hindi ako nakapagtuon ng pansin masyado.
Pero magkakaroon ba ng major implications yun?
Yes, of course.
Kung none of the above yung mananalo?
Yes, of course. Because if none of the above has been chosen, then that is a reflection of the voters' choice in a particular district. So if that is so, even if the next candidate garnered the most number of votes, but since majority of the people have chosen none of the above, that's really a legal matter as to who will be allowed to sit in that district of the parliament. No? So I myself, being an academician, a dean of a law school, I'm very interested to know what will be the ruling of the Supreme Court insofar as this matter is concerned. Ako, I'm not casting aspersion, ha. I'm just stating this because I am really intrigued by this entry in the law passed by BARM Parliament.
Sa tingin niyo baka dapat muna i-postpone yung BARM elections knowing na may ganyang problema?
Parang maraming problema na hindi pa na re-resolve. I think the best way is just to maybe synchronize it with the 2028 election. Yan, opinion ko lang yun, ha, opinion ko lang yan. Wala akong kasi ang daming mga question kasi yung Sulu, 'di ba? 7 seats ata 'yon, 'di ba? 80 parliaments yan under the BOL law. Ngayon 73 na lang. Kung magpa-election ka, 73 na lang, would that be in compliance with the BOL law? Tapos, how will the 7 others be represented? And then, if you will read the BOL law, sa tingin ko lang yun, proportional representation yun. Yung 50% ata yun would be represented by the political parties, 40% by district representatives, and 10 from sectoral and other, other groupings, no? Now, so there is actually a magical proportionality, 50, 40, 10. Paano mo i-proportionate yung 73? No? So, sa tingin ko lang, yan lang yung honest opinion ko, although some of the, pwede rin ako magkamali. Pero kung gugustuhin talaga na ipagpatuloy, they can go ahead. Pero ang daming medyo gusot na kailangan ayusin siguro na kailangan pag-aralan ng mabuti kesa i-diretso yan na walang mangyayari. Baka magkagulo pa.
Pero kayo, sir, wala kayong balak na mag-file ng petition sa SC regarding that matter?
Regarding that matter, ako, on my end kasi hindi ako taga-BARM. Although marami akong kaibigan doon, no? So, titingnan natin kung may mag-hire ba sa akin o ano ba, no? Abangan natin ang susunod na kabanata.
Thank you, Attorney.
Thank you po.
Ingat
Thank you po. Sige. Hi, sir.